Oh, hello guys and girls, and welcome back to another video of mine on my YouTube channel. Welcome to Anthony Kenneth Bishop, mate. Welcome to Australian. Welcome to Australian Outback TV, mate. How are you all doing today, guys and girls? Oh, I love the Australians. I love the accents. G'day, my name's John Palmer, and today we're in Home and Away, mate. Alright, okay, so we're doing Eastenders for 11th of January 2018, and we have Mel Owen back now as well, so very intriguing, mate. Oh, and I'm also at the moment, I've got a little logo at the top here of Eastenders. So you got, actually what I'll do, actually I'll just put that at the top, should be right there. And I've got this I've been playing. Marvel Superheroes 2 on the Xbox One. Absolutely brilliant game. There's the Shield guy there with the shield. Captain America. Then we have, who else? We've got some other Marvel characters. Love Marvel. Absolutely fantastic game series. Then we have Thor there. And I think, is that She-Hulk? Yeah, she's got a She-Hulk there as well. And they've actually got Stan Lee as well doing the actual voiceover of his normal character. What he does, he's just being himself. I think he's the creator or something of Marvel. So it's all good. Alright. Let's get down to it. So today is the 15th of the 1st, so it's the 15th of January 2018, and I'm a little bit behind on the episodes at the moment. So for EastEnders 11th of January 2018, we have Ben at the start, and this woman comes in like the shadowy figure. As she's just about to come through the door. No one knew who it was from the start, but there was sort of like inklings and all that to who she was, and then it turns out it was actually Mel. So she used to be, I believe she was married to Ian back in the days, or she was going to get married to him but decided not to, so she left, and then she ended up marrying, I think it was what's his name, Steve Owen? Yeah, Steve Owen. So, some history there and stuff, and that's been a few years now. And now she's sort of a maturer, sort of older version of Mel now. So she's matured over the years. Still got her sort of blondish looks. Not bad looking as well. And I think she's like in her, is it 40s, 50s, something like that? I would have said maybe early 40s. Well, actually probably middle 40s, give or take. But you can't tell really nowadays in TV soaps and all that. Now, EastEnders as a TV show has been going since, I think it was like 1985. It's like a TV sort of drama soap, and they have a lot of controversial stuff going on in it. So we have Mel back. And where is it? And then she says it's nice to be back. And she's trying to find out if Phil's around, the boss. Saying about her car started coughing, so she thought it'd come in for a service or something. And now he's saying it's his place now. And now Ben's trying to get rid of her, trying to send her to another garage and all that. And said he has a lot to sort out and all that in the garage. Now, Ben is Phil's son. And Mel knows, obviously, that he's gone and got screwed her over. So I don't know what Mel's connection is with that woman, Maguire. and Ada Maguire. Whether they're all in it together, maybe, I don't know, but now we have Mr. Masood and his auntie and uncle. I believe this is auntie and uncle. But they've been looking after this little girl and she's disappeared, so they're looking for her at the moment. And they're trying to say they've looked all over the house and they can't find her. He said they took their eyes off her for a minute and she disappeared and all that. Wants them to look inside every single cupboard just in case she's hiding in there. What else? And now she's gone outside now, the woman. So yeah, she's trying to find out where the little girl is. And now she's asking Sharon and all the other people to do a sort of a search and all that around the area for the little girl. Now we've got Martin and Jay all the way looking around. And now Mr. Masood's wondering if they're all overreacting and stuff in trying to find her and stuff. They're trying to say that the auntie's trying to say basically they're getting a bit worried now for her just in case something's happened to her and all that. Now we've got Karen Taylor going for the job, and she put up a little sign how she's taking down the sign to do with the cleaning job. And then she's saying to her daughter, wait and see until we get the job. Now we've got Ben also leaving the Archers with Mel watching him, going off, and now she's on the phone. Oh, and now she's bumped into Karen now, Taylor. And now Karen Taylor going, alright darling. Trying to see if she's on social or something. Trying to say, oh, she knows Phil and all that. Trying to see if Phil's still around, trying to get all the information, pumping all the information out of her. Saying they always did have too much money. Yeah, wondering where all that money's gone now and all that. Oh, and now we have... Oh, Jay wondering where Ben is. And he saw Ben and he said, oh, what are you doing? And he said, oh, Ben said, oh, just cleaning up. Now Jay's trying to explain to him that a little girl from number 41's disappeared and all that. What? Oh, my mum's choking to death. Okay, we've got some adverts at the moment for this website. Apparently it's something to do with their foster kids or something. It just went off or something. A little girl was supposed to be a foster child to do with the auntie and uncle. Now they're getting the police involved now apparently. And now they're trying to explain basically they've only just realised that she's gone for a few minutes. And by the time he got back and went to the door and stuff, she had disappeared. Now the police want to know basically whether she had a teddy bear or some toy that she was playing with. Or had any friends that she made friends with. So they're all out on a sort of a search and all that, because they're quite worried. Then we've got that Taylor's daughter and the Taylor's son having a discussion because trying to say about the teacher or something, saying he was doing good in school and all that, and the teacher kind of liked it. She's trying to basically trying to say he's an idiot and all of that. Trying to be a bit sarcastic too. Now, was it they're looking for laundrette assistant required, so I think Karen Taylor's put that on there so she could get someone to work for her so she becomes the boss. That's what I bet that's what her little crooked things come out. She's quite very clever, isn't she, that one? Very clever. She's probably, and then she put a number there as well, I was trying to say. Then we've got oh, and we've got Ian and Kathy having a talk with each other, the mum and son. Something about that little girl who's went off. They're talking about it, saying that way he's not looking after the child and all that, the foster parents. Saying there could be more to this than the missing kid. Then we got, oh, Jane, what? Phoning up. Jane phoning Ian up on the phone, trying to get in touch with him. I bet she wants to try and tell him what old Max has been up to, that's what it is. Actually, we haven't eaten for a few days now, for about 3-4 days, we haven't seen any scenes with Max in it, or anything with Abby and Lauren, and apparently their last couple of days is coming up for their scenes for Abby and Lauren, so they'll be leaving very soon. Then we've got Tiffany in at the moment, and talking to Whitney, trying to find that little girl as well, and they've seen a caravan. Oh, not caravan, technically ice cream truck, and they think it's some bloody old pervert or something in there, or someone dodging up, some kid getting taken over or something. Saying, oh, it could be anybody in there, until Mr. Masood actually tells them that it's his ice cream van and he's been living in there, technically as his house. Oh, and then we've got Ian in the cafe talking to Mel, saying how amazing she looks and all that. And she's giving that like look, oh, thank you, thank you. And old Kathy's got the necklace on, and Mel's actually noticed from the robbery, from the heist, that necklace looks quite familiar. He's wondering where she got that necklace from, and she goes, oh, my son Ben gave it to me. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, so she's wondering, your son Ben, eh? So she's wondering now if her son is gone and taken the money.
Then Ian asked her if she'll meet in, didn't she, for a drink?
Yeah, for a drink, but then she disappeared. And he was about to give her his number. I think they were going to try and get that. He was hoping to probably get in her knickers again, like he tried to last time. The first time around.
She was gone.
Yeah. Oh, apparently they found an ice cream van now. Oh, and they went to Mr. Masood, the police, and said, oh, we found an ice cream van. Maybe the people, that little girl's hidden in there. And now we've got Tiffany said, oh, a little kid goes missing. And suddenly the ice cream van turns up. So I wondered, it might be a child catcher in there. Like from Chitty Chitty Bam Bam.
Yeah.
Or the ice creams and lollipops. And then he has a big giant net to catch them in. Oh, now the police are in there now. It's about to... He goes, oh, Mr. Masood's turned up. He said, hey, he said, you don't have to go in there all crazy and that. He said, I've got the key. This is where I live. He said, it's mine, he goes. He said, that's my tatty old bed sheets, he goes. His tatty old bed sheets. His auntie and uncle wondering why he's got a tatty old caravan and why it's there. And don't forget, he's got his wheels taken off from the last episode. My God, I'm only using 17.4% on my CPU. That's nice. That's cool. Oh, and Mel was wondering where Ben is. So she's asked OJ where he is, and OJ's dogged him in. He said, "Oh, I think he's in the house or something, getting the house cleaned up or something." I don't know what her agenda is actually. She's up to something, to be honest. I think we're going to find out very much tonight what's going to go on for the 15th, for Monday. Oh, and now Ben wants wants the cab, to turn it right up at the front of the door so he can get into it because he's leaving. So he's got his big case with all the money in it, or is it money in it? Because it's all like sellotaped up, the whole bags. Now we've got Mr. Masood, and the police said they're going to be doing a whole search around the area to see if they can find it. And then we've got Tiffany and Whitney says, I'm wondering why they can't not do nothing. They said if something happens to that little girl and stuff, then it's kind of worrying for her and the rest of the people in the street. Oh, there we go. Hang on. I mean, it's not a bad episode, to be honest. Not the worst, though. Oh, now Ben has said he's on his way and stuff, so he's got his bags packed. And he wants the actual cab to be right by the door. He's looking around and all that, at what around the house before he leaves, wondering if it's the right thing to do to leave Albert Square, because he's supposed to be leaving anyway, so they'll probably end up killing him off. They'll probably get those bad guys, the ones that woman's working for, or actually with. Now we've got Ian outside. Oh, Ben's looking at him while he's in search of that little girl. And he's looking at everybody else in Albert Square around. Oh, Mel's looking across him, hoping for him to get into the car so she can get in touch with her informant to inform them. Wondering what the hell's going on. Here we go, he's got in the cab. And now he's driving off. Now she's taking a video of it, of the actual cab. Oh, she's taking a picture of it. So now she's looking a bit suspicious now. There he goes. Oh, Ian. Oh, he's just noticed the cat the little girl had in the previous episode of EastEnders on the 9th. But this one's for the 11th episode, this one here. For the 11th of January 2018. Then we have... Oh, we've got Karen Taylor now turned up at the house. And so she's gone all out on the food and stuff and splashed out in none of the cheap shit. And she said there's no point keeping up the actual sign and all that. For looking for extra members to go into the laundrette. But the kids actually noticed it was up there. So obviously this bloke, she thinks has made a mistake in employing some other employees to work at the laundrette. So he's trying to find out. Now we have Whitney wanting to know what is the matter with Tiffany, if there's anything she should know, why she's back, or if anything. She's just bought her something in the cafe to eat, and she's got this like sort of gold sort of puffed up jacket she's wearing. She's come back a sort of like a new sort of designed version of Tiffany now. I think she's probably, I would say, give or take, probably 15, 16 years old now. It's been a few years since she was in there last time, when Bianca was in there as well. Now we've got Ian bringing that little girl back. But before he did, he actually was in the house with her, gave her some food, I think, and had her behind the table and all that to talk to her, to see what's the matter with her and all that. I know Sharon was there, and now they brought him back to the house. And he's trying to say about all this brainwashing and all that they've been doing to this little girl. Saying she's, saying she's, actually I'll back in a bit, guys and girls. Yeah, 2 seconds, guys and girls. I'm just waiting for my brother to go out a minute, because I'm pre-recording this. I think they need to make another version of OBS where you can just pause it, says people doing like the normal recordings at the same time. Just implement it for the new version of it. Maybe before, because I'm using the 64-bit of OBS. It's a fantastic app. Well, fantastic software and all that, and it's free as well. Don't have to pay for it, and you can just edit all that into it, and you can just move these around, these little icons. It's just fantastic. I'll be right back in a minute, guys and girls. Actually, I'm almost at the end of this episode as well, so because this was only on for like 22 minutes, I think. Actually, it was 21 minutes, and I'm about 17 and a half minutes through this episode already. So, but yeah, if you do like these, guys and girls, these sort of episode reviews, little breakdowns and all that, do let us know in the comments below and all of that. Like, favourite, share, comment, subscribe. Right, guys and girls, my brother's going off at the moment.
Oh.
I had to turn the mic off a minute because he annoys everybody. Just annoys everybody.
Can't help it.
He can't help it, I know. He can't help it.
Although he's 50 years old.
Yeah. Emotional learning and all that.
Very emotional.
Severe.
We can't add up or anything, can we?
Oh. Well, we try our best to look after him and all that.
What? Nobody else would?
No. And his mum got rid of him.
Well, he was a baby, yeah.
And then he said his mum threw him out the window and all that and threw him on his head when he was a child.
That.
But I think, to be honest, because my dad actually, when he was alive, he used to lie a lot, my dad actually. He used to be a heck of a liar.
I've never known anybody lie as much as he did.
And he's had was it a police record all the way up to his arm?
Oh God, you wouldn't like to know about it.
I would say my mum reckons it was probably at least a mile long, maybe 2 miles.
Yeah.
Long record.
Well, the last time he went to court,
yeah.
he got off, and they didn't put him to prison because I walked in at the last minute to see how it was going, and the judge stopped it before she was about to send him
was
to
about
prison.
to put him to prison.
Yeah, but she stopped it because I knew she remembered me because I was a friend of her son.
Yeah.
And it turned out, it was so funny, the woman was the judge, her son was a probation officer, and her grandson, he used to be a bit of a, naughty boy, but he wasn't very bad.
An offender or something?
No, he wasn't like stealing or anything, he was just a bit naughty, that was all.
Yeah.
But didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
But it's not bad, was it? Somebody who plays up, a probation officer,
judge, a jury, and the criminal.
But she was very nice.
Yeah. Anyway, guys and girls, so yeah, Mr. Masood's in the house with Ian, with the auntie and uncle, and the girl they're supposed to be looking after, and their policeman. And they're all having a discussion that they were doing some sort of racism mark or something. But then he reckons he was just doing it just to have a joke or something, Mr. Masood, because he wanted to make out that Ian was sort of like racist or made a sort of like a mark due to his religion. But he was just doing it for a laugh and all that. But I think Ian took it sort of like serious, and the policeman was doing some sort of allegations, saying it was nasty or horrible. Then we have Mel in Eastenders saying she wants she's got in touch with the cab where Ben is basically gone off, and she says she's trying to find her husband. She's saying he's gone away on business and that he's left something and he needs it, and she wants to give it to him. And she wants to know where the cab is going to so she can get an extra cab to go and see him. And they're going to Dover. Yeah, they're going to Dover. So now she's finding out now that Ben's gone to Dover. Now what's going to happen? Oh, and Mr. Masood's like saying, he's got some scrap metal for his little house that he's living in. And he said it's nothing really. He says just a bit of scrap metal with some wheels and all that. But it's his home. And he said it didn't help anybody either, the way he got into his state and stuff. Like he hasn't got a job, he hasn't got a home. He's skint as hell, so he's trying to get out of that sort of poverty and all that. And then he pretends he's the ice cream man. Oh, her name's Daisy, the little girl. And they're saying it's not the end of the matter. And so they've got the police have got to write a report out about it. Then it can all go to social services. Then they might not even be able to look after that girl. And he said it was all because they went to the shop to get something while he was left with no one else in the house with the little girl. So they all left her on her own. And he said that's all the children you've ever cared for, and he said it could be all down the drain now. And apparently they've got to name the real guilty party, whoever they are. So I'm wondering who this little girl belongs to. Yeah, I'm wondering who this little girl's belongs to. I wonder. Oh, and here we go. There's Jay coming back now. He's wondering where Ben is. Saying some blonde bird was cornering up on him earlier. And now he's come into the room, seeing all his clothes has disappeared. Everything's disappeared. He's wondering where the hell he is. No, he's looking around him. He's got a letter where it says J on it. So he's obviously written him a goodbye letter, knowing that he's not coming back. Oh, and now Mel's turned up and says she knows who has got his money, or their money, the one she's speaking to on the phone. Saying it's Ben Mitchell. And I just know where to find him, she says.
Well, I bet Ben has a big smile on his face, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Ben's going to have a nice smile on his face now, isn't he? Yep.
Yeah, getting away with all that money.
Oh, the money. Oh, he's got away with it. Oh, what's going to happen now, eh? What's going to happen now?
Just like his dad.
So that was the end of that episode. My God, 32 minutes long. But, yeah. Actually, I've been doing a lot of workouts as well. Literally, absolutely.
It must be painful.
What? What's painful?
This workout you're doing.
No, I've been doing a lot of building my muscle up. Literally, it's getting harder. There's still a lot of fat there at the moment on my arms. But you can tell usually, and look at that. Got drapey arms as well, look. But all I need to do now is to start literally building up that even more.
What I used to enjoy was when you used to go into the gym, do your exercise.
Watch all the blokes. What?
And I used to sit outside in the sunshine.
I know, I used to go swimming. What you know about?
And well, when you went swimming, I used to sit outside.
Talking to all the blokes.
And all the men used to come around chatting me on.
Hello, love. Hello, love.
Oh, God. All these men. Oh, God, I was thinking to myself, if only I
Getting
was
a bit
younger.
turned on outside, was you? Getting a bit turned on outside.
Oh, God, yeah.
So, I think I better go into Hutton Moor and have a shower and cool off, because I'm steaming hot.
All these men. I thought, God, if I was only younger. Oh, God, and then one
Well,
night,
how bloody old are you?
and then one
Don't
night,
tell me you're 95.
and then this man, he comes and he says, do you want to come and join me? And
Hello,
I
love.
say, yes, please, I do.
Anyway, guys and girls, if you enjoyed this episode of EastEnders for the 11th, I've still got to do the 12th. Probably do that later, and then I've got to do today's, which is the 15th. But I'll probably have to do that tomorrow because I'm doing like a lot of these episodes at the moment.
And if the men are getting bored with that, tell them to come and chat me up.
Chat you up? How dare you? How dare you? Yeah, and if any people from EastEnders like are watching this and you find this entertaining and stuff, and if at some point they want to do some podcasting and all that, let us know. If or get the BBC to get in touch with me, because I'd like to do some. Actually, I'd love to do some podcasting.
Especially that Nick Cotton.
No, mate. All right, Ma.
Or the other one, as I say, is...
oh, John Oatman is then. All right, Ma.
God, yeah, I always... And you know what? He's a year younger than me.
Yeah. Oh, there's Mysterio, the character there. You have to fight. Yeah, he's one of the Marvel characters. Spider-Man's enemy. Oh God, is that a fish in his helmet? Looks like. And then we got Shocker, which we end up having a fight with. Pretty cool game. I do love this. Just a fantastic game where you beat the shit out of them. But anyway, guys and girls, cheers all for watching. If you did enjoy this, or see if you can get the BBC involved as well and all that, to do some sort of like podcasting at some point, because I'd like to get those on, some guests on the show and stuff on to my channel.
Nick Cotton.
No, I'd like that.
Matt, wouldn't we?
No, it wasn't him. No, Max.
What's his
Jake
name?
Wood.
Jake,
Yeah, I'd like to
Wood.
get Jake Wood on there. Oh, Max Brennan.
Steve
McFadden, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be quite cool just to do like some podcasting with them and ask them a loads of questions and all that.
And maybe Bananka.
And try and get some of the viewers' questions as well. Try and get some questions off the viewers to ask the stars and all that.
And the one I would also like you to talk to is that one who says, "Get out of my pub!"
Oh, Peggy. Oh, Babs.
Yeah.
Oh, Barbara Windsor.
Now it would be nice to talk to her.
Actually, gives me an idea later, because I've got the entire collection, and I haven't watched these yet. I bought these about a year ago, 2 years. The whole entire collection. And then we got like Barbara Windsor on the front. Look, 43 hours of fun apparently. Over 43 hours.
Mate, she's a very good actress, wasn't
But
she?
I'm hoping, I want to see if they got this, or if they can actually bring these out to 4K. I don't know what the actual cameras they were using. 16:9, 4.3. Depends what lens is, camera lens. If it was a 35mm, if it was a 35mm, they could easily put that to 4K and bring it, so put it into
and
HDR.
the other person I would like to see back on there, but I know they won't have him.
What's that?
And that's that Les.
Oh, that dirty old bastard.
Oh,
Oh, Leslie Crampton.
oh, come on. They got
Where he
rid
went
of-
into the blue room and all
Yeah,
that.
I know, but God, come on. He was only doing he's not doing anything more than what a man would do, is he?
Well, I'm a man. I don't go around doing stuff like that. How
He
dare
never
you?
done it in public, did he? He was only talking.
What do you take me for?
All he was doing was chatting women up on the internet. I mean, God. That's only
Probably
chatting
tell
up.
them to take their knickers off.
Oh, God.
Ah, dirty bastards. Anyway, guys and girls, I gotta go now because I gotta do some dinner at 5:15 now. It's 5:15, and I'm starving. And yeah, cheers all for watching. And if you enjoyed this, do like, favourite, share, comment,
He
subscribe.
only gives me 1 meal a day.
Hey, how dare you? I'd give you more than that because you have that super small. So actually, I'll give you a super small one for breakfast. And then you had a cup of tea as well. And then I did, what could be doing dinner
I'm
now.
supposed to have breakfast, dinner, tea.
Well, I'm putting you on a diet as well.
no,
We're doing it together.
I should have breakfast, dinner, tea, supper. Oh, and don't forget, I should have a few snacks in between.
No, because that's no way of dieting and stuff. If you want to diet, you've got to literally pull out. Anyway, guys and girls, cheers all for watching. Stay safe and have a good one. Actually, I might run this up to about 40 minutes, so that'd be like 10 seconds. But yeah, definitely.
And don't forget, John,
watch,
if you're around, get in touch.
Definitely look out for my other videos, my live streams at some point.
John Osman, if you're around, get in touch.
And stay safe, all.